Well, for more on this, let's bring in Mustafa Caner, joining us live from here in Istanbul, Assistant Professor of Middle East Studies at Sakarya University. Mustafa, thanks for your company. Good to have you on the News Hour, as always. How complicated is this situation, given the various factions at play within Syria and, of course, the international element to it through Israel as well?
Thank you, Aaron. The situation is actually pretty complicated, but the situation actually was complicated by the intervention of Israel. So the local clashes that initially broke out between some Druze groups and some Bedouin tribes have escalated into a large-scale crisis, resulting in the deaths of hundreds of people. And this was actually following an Israeli airstrikes on Damascus, because the Damascus government have first deployed military forces to restore order and security in the region. However, after heavy Israeli bombardment on presidential palace, on the Ministry of Defense in Damascus, these forces were forced to withdraw. And naturally, we saw that the clashes being complicated, deepened, and we are seeing that Israel is acting with the intention of preventing Syria to remain unified, stable, prosperous state. And I think had the Damascus government been allowed to intervene in the first place, the situation wouldn't have been so complicated and the massacres could have been avoided.
Yes, but I mean, was this always likely to happen? There's been a period of relative calm in Syria since the new administration took over, but with the amount of armed groups in that particular region of the south of the country, the territorial disputes that are at play, I mean, it's a fragile country after 14 years of civil war. This was always likely to happen.
Exactly, and naturally, this clashes, this unrest in Sweida served as a source of motivation for other anti-integration forces within Syria. The Syrian branch of PKK terrorist organization, which is called SDP, continues to reject integration despite all agreements and the mediation efforts by the United States and France and other, states in the region, Arab states in the region. And this has not only posed a security threat for Syria itself, but it's a threat for Turkey's security. So Foreign Minister of Turkey, Hakan Fidan, issued a warning to SDF forces immediately after the emergence of this unrest in Sweida. From the very beginning, Turkey has supported a unified, stable and secure Syria. Israel, on the other hand, desires a fragmented, divided and weakened Syria. Yet the divided Syria has not only posed a threat to Syrian people itself, but, as I said before, to Turkey. So for this reason, Turkey is working in cooperation with Arab countries in the region to bring these conflicts to an end as soon as possible. The ceasefires that have been violated repeatedly by the Hikmet al-Hijri forces, which are supported by Israel. So Israel is backing and encouraging these Druze militias in the region that operate as warlords and drug cartels. So in this point, actually, I believe the White House and other forces, other states in the region will step in and wait in for their support for the Damascus government and restrain Israel, because otherwise the situation will be even more complicated. And according to latest reports, I think the government forces are again advancing towards the region, aiming to put an end to clashes. Hopefully, this time Israel will not intervene, will not prevent the implementation of ceasefire. But as we all know from looking at the past records of Israel, ceasefire and peace, these concepts are rarely last long when it comes to Israel.
Mustafa, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Mustafa Caner there from Sakarya University.